It looks like we could get started. So, hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Aaliyah Bunch. I am the Director of Stakeholder Services here at Eastern Minority Supplier Development Council. So, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to connect with us this morning. We want to put together a very valuable info session. So, I wanted to thank you guys again. So as EMSDC continues its efforts to position itself as leaders in the supply chain and development through innovation and expansion of local, regional, national, and now global opportunities, um, we're looking to introduce you to our new virtual platform. We're super excited about Supplier Circle and the Supplier Bridge. It was built to empower dynamic and assertive business enterprises by expanding corporate procurement opportunities, enhancing the visibility and enabling the sustainability to grow. So, in partnership with various business advocacy organizations, we're looking to onboard qualified and certified businesses to Supplier Circle and the Supplier Bridge. So please stay tuned. We'd like to give you more detailed description on how this actually works. Um, and I would love to introduce the LSI team so they'll give you a little bit more details on the product and how you guys can take advantage of the Supplier Bridge and Supplier Circle. So without further ado, we have Ala May, Susan from the LSI Next Gen team. So I'll please, without further ado, please introduce yourself and your team and what we're looking to achieve here today.
Again, thank you. Thanks, Alia, for the introduction, and thank you all for joining on a Friday morning, I guess. So like Alia said, and Meg is also on the call, we have put together a software platform, and that we always like to say that it's like Amazon and like what do you call open table or something like that. So the functionality is exactly like that, meant for either product-based suppliers or service-based suppliers. And service could be, I have a restaurant, I have a nail salon, or I'm an accountant. That's a purely service-based. Product basis, I sell laptops, furnitures, whatever else, right, etc., etc. So two platforms that we have built completely up and running. And like Alia said, I'm sure Meg will jump in. But I have a team, more importantly, Susan, Jim, Sharon, and Weber, who will now go straight on the platform, unless Meg, you want to say a few words, or Susan, you.
Nope, take it away. Thank you.
So Jim will open the landing page. Please feel free to ask him any questions now. We hope it will be interactive session. And either you can, I would prefer questions during the demo, but if you want to hold back, we'll have at least 20 minutes, hopefully after the discussion for Q&A. Jim,
sorry, yeah, thanks, Al. Let me quickly share my screen.
Maybe tell them, are you showing Supplier Circle first?
I'm showing Supplier Circle first.
Okay.
Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So hi, morning everyone. Jim here. I work as a project manager at LSI Next and work alongside Al, Susan, and Weber. This is Supplier Circle. It is exactly like Yelp, as Al mentioned, and it aggregates suppliers which are self-certified, which are diverse owned, plus suppliers which are Caucasian but standalone single small suppliers. That's the landing page. So very, very intuitive UI is what we have tried to build, exactly what Google has. So on the top, where my cursor is where the universal search bar. So you can search businesses based on keywords. You can search businesses based on specific, etc., etc. On the right, where my cursor is again here, you can select the area. You can select specific states or specific areas where you want the business to be mentioned. At the bottom here, we have radio buttons for specific curation of diversity types. So right now we have Black-owned, LGBTQ-owned, women-owned. Plus we have an advanced search with which you can select multiple filters, which is either on categories, diversity types, minority types, or specific geographies. Let me quickly showcase it here. So on the top, we have ethnicity, council affiliation, in case there is a supplier who is affiliated and that certification is available. You can search by location. You can search by zip code. You can also set a parameter on the mile radius. So as a standard, we have kept 25 miles, but you can select it. You can go to 5 miles, 10 miles, 25 miles, and 50 miles. In addition to that, we have state, phone area code, and county. Where my cursor is now, it is showcasing the categories of the type of businesses that we have. This is based on the search criteria. What is it that people are searching on the platform? And that is what we curate. It is not something based on our understanding, but based on the search history on the platform. So right now, people are searching for hair salons, restaurants, retail stores, health and wellness, and clothing stores. In addition to that, we have 75 more radio buttons, which you can select right up front from the home page itself. And it is an entire width of things like gasoline stations, legal services, places of worship, automobile services, etc., etc. On the right, we have curated a specific section for people who are visiting a particular place or who are visiting a conference. So let's take an example of EMSDC conference. What is it that people would want to see, or what is it that people would want to utilize when they are at a particular conference? And that is where the packages come into picture. So we have currently curated 3 packages: corporate events, travel packages, and ceremonies packages. But again, these are templatized. We can change it based on what your requirement is. And we can also curate businesses based on the requirement that you have. Moving on. At the bottom,
if I may, sorry to interrupt, is showing from the consumption side. Okay. I know there are quite a few suppliers on the platform on the call here. We will also later on, it's very easy for us to incorporate your business so it can be searched. So that's, we can either show or we can, it's a very easy, simple Excel. Click of a mouse, we show it on our platform.
Yeah. So let me quickly search a particular business. Let me take restaurants. It's automatically taking the place where I'm at, Philadelphia. And when I click on that, just 1 minute. Yeah. It's currently showing me all the restaurants which are listed in Philadelphia. So on the right, we have the map view. So it automatically geotags me and gives me a perspective. This is within 25 miles. So if I reduce it to a mile or 2 miles, this will give me the exact street view as well on the right. And these are cursors. So what I'm seeing as number 1 is being mentioned here, and the like of it. It also gives me the driving distance as well as the walking distance. And if I place it here, it gives me the street view as well. I mean, this logo, if I place it here, just like Google Maps, it will give me the street view as well. Let me go ahead and click the first one. So this is the restaurant type. What we are showcasing here is the industry, the diversity type, which is again being pulled in from Google. Currently, it has 0 Google reviews, but all the reviews that are being mentioned on Supplier Circle are being pulled in from Google so that there is authenticity and people can trust the platform. In addition to that, it shows the walking distance as well as the driving distance and the opening and closing time, in addition to the address of the particular place. All of this information is being pulled in from Google, and our team works on a specific rigor wherein this data is refreshed on a time-to-time basis. Currently, that number is at 90 days, 3 months. After 3 months, this data is checked, refreshed, and the data is induced.
Again, hopefully, again, the navigation users you might see is very much like what Google does. We love the navigation. I'm sure you do as well. So map view, we can send a message to yourself on your cell phone, email, everything. We are keeping it as close to your current Google experience.
Absolutely. On the left, where my
Can I
please go
interrupt
ahead.
for 1 second, Jim? Because Alamay told me to make sure I did one thing when I started this webinar. I want everybody to understand why we're here today. So if any of our MBEs are on the call, I see I have like 1 or 2 corporates possibly have had the opportunity to use our current platform. Our MBE to MBE portal where we, encourage vendors to go on there and to purchase from other vendors, to support other vendors, to, be able to have access to look them up. We're just looking to elevate that platform and make it easier for you guys to have visibility across board. So once we are able to populate this and get more vendors, then you'll be able to go on here and shop for just about any product, any size project that you have. There will be on the Supplier Circle side opportunity for our service-based businesses to have visibility. And then on the Supplier Bridge side, this is going to be what you guys will see next is more so for our certified vendors and for our corporate members to be able to purchase products and services. So if you have any questions on ways that we can make this more user friendly, any features, we will be looking to track the spend across board. There's going to be a lot of benefits for our partners and our vendors once this platform is populated and launched. So, you have any questions about any of the information that's being shared, please ask us. This is the time for us to get some feedback from our stakeholders and from our, constituents. And we're really excited about you guys being a part of this and spreading the word. So I just wanted to make sure everybody, kind of understood, what we were explaining. So thank you. You could get back into it, John.
Sure.
And if I may, one more thing, this platform was meant to give you more visibility, therefore more business. As simple as that.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. So continue. Thanks, Alia. Thanks, Al. On the left, we also have filters based on industry. So all of the different types of categories are populated here. So as a user, it becomes very easy and very simplistic. If I'm just looking for a health and wellness store, or if I'm just looking for a cafe, to choose that particular filter and look at that. This platform is currently available on Cafe. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. This platform is currently available on web as well as iOS and Android. I don't know why.
So all standard platforms that you expect these platforms to be available.
Yeah. On the left, going forward, I'm toggling between the distance bar. So like I said, it geotags me, and based on where I'm located within a 12-mile radius, it will give me a map view of all the restaurants that have been populated here. So let me just quickly go ahead and choose something else here.
Meg and Alia, please, sorry, tell us when to switch to, I know we have 45 minutes, Meg said we want to keep enough time for Q&A. So basically, it's going to be very easy to navigate from search perspective.
So just to give you guys an idea of some of the projects that we've utilized and demoed this product on, like some of our conferences. WeBank National Conference, NMSDC National Conference, we was able to connect with the LSI team to bring this platform and bring some of those local vendors. If you go into an area and you're going to an event, you may need some professional services. You may need some printing in that area that you're not familiar with. You want to have access to a platform like this so you can find qualified vendors in that area. We are also working on adding a feature where you'll be able to access our partners through the World Trade Center, which we're very proud about all those new partnerships that we've been um, partnering with globally. So you'll also, if you're interested in your World Trade Center member, then you'll also have access to that network through this international platform as well. So we're looking to expand the resources and services offered. So like I said, don't be shy. We do have a Q&A portion for the end. But you can ask questions throughout, and we will be switching over to the Supplier Bridge platform in just a few minutes.
One more thing, if I may, and I don't know, Meg, you want to mention, but new feature we are building, mostly built, is to allow you as a office or a restaurant in a particular location, will give you on a platter what typically you may consume. Like you may need insurance agent, you may need, of course, buy a laptop, cleaning services, I don't know. So everybody will give you, hey, within your walking distance, half a block, 1 block, 3 blocks, 5 blocks, you'll get a variety of supplies as if what we think you'll consume. So look at it from your perspective. You're trying to sell your services products to somebody next to you. Will be presenting your profile to them. That's very powerful tool if I were, looking at from how do I bring my business
We do
more
have a few
visibly.
questions popping up. Did you want to get to some of these questions before we switch over?
Yeah. You decide.
Okay.
Earlier.
So I have a question here in the Q&A. It's asking, hi, Priya. Thank you for your question. My company is Crafts, all natural gluten-free Indian seasoning kits. Nice. They ship nationwide, and I don't have a brick and mortar store. I mostly sell online and through local retail stores. Instead of choosing 5, 10, 25 miles where I live, can I choose a nationwide as an option as well? Also, I do not like to share my home address. Can I use a P.O. box? These are some very great questions. So as far as the radius, if she was nationwide, does that limit her out? Can we expand it to where as though there's no radius for those folks that are nationwide, I guess? And
So sorry, Alia. Thanks, Priya, for this question. So currently the view that you're seeing is a buyer view. So as a standalone buyer, I can choose the miles, number of miles, because I'm geotagged based on the mobile application that I have. But for a supplier like you, there is it will be showcased nationwide. It is only the buyer which has an option to toggle between the distance. But for a buyer, the visibility is throughout the country. So your business would be visible to every individual in the 50 states in the United States.
Correct. So it'll be shown as 0 mile, half a mile, 1 mile, 10 miles, whatever, basically. It'll be there, period.
And absolutely, you can use a PO box, provided there is an address and it's registered, so that we can showcase it here. Because in case there is a mail or in case there is a feedback, the consumer should be able to reach out to you. So we would need a PO box which is valid, and absolutely we can showcase it.
Okay. Thank you so much. And Priya, let us know if that answered your question. She also asks, can she mitigate her reviews from her website to this app?
Currently, we have a functionality of only Google reviews, but we can also look at plugging in reviews from the specific website. That shouldn't be a problem.
So, yes, we are collecting information for these profiles. And then for the Supplier Circle, there is like not really a verification, so self-certifying. So if you guys want to be, I guess you could say you want to be visible as a a minority vendor, a veteran-owned vendor, woman-owned vendor, whatever you put on their profile is pretty much what's going to be visible to the buyers. So let me see.
Correct.
We
So
have another question in the chat.
self-certified is possible. So our philosophy is small, not
Right.
only diverse. So it's all up to the buyer. They may say,
Right.
I want diverse only. So it could be Caucasian male, single person with a restaurant. Or we'll feature those you may filter out if you don't want. It's all up to the, again, buyer to select or filter out or keep filtering.
So we do have a question from a vendor towards a buyer. It says, can EMSDC corporate partners purchase through Supplier Circle, or is it only MBE to MBE? Very great question, because I probably should have been clear that this is, yes, for the corporates to purchase. Can a buyer leave a review from Supplier Circle, or is Google the only place to leave a review? Oh, that's a great question as well. Thank you, Greg. So on our platform, will they be able to make a review once they make would they be able to leave a review after they make a purchase through Supplier Circle or Supplier Bridge, Al?
Short answer is yes.
Okay. And yes, so Al, if you could talk a little bit more, you guys could talk a little bit more about on the corporate side, because I know we had more vendors on here. But more so, we're trying to make this easier for our corporates to purchase short order purchases on their corporate cards and not just through the procurement process. So this was another thing that we were looking to achieve through this platform. So yes, this is encouraging MBE to MBE spend, because I'm always big on that, but it's definitely for you guys to have visibility with the corporations, local, regional, and national corporates. And hopefully we will get some international buyers on this platform as well. So thank you for that question, Greg.
I would say supplier to supplier. I know current EMS is meant for MB to MB, but Cole, correct me if I'm wrong, Aliyah
Yeah,
and
I'm
Meg.
sorry, that term, and please forgive me, guys. It's supplier, vendor, small business.
Yeah.
If I say MBE, just please do not say that any intention. It's not the correct term right now.
Sorry, just a small addition here. Supplier Circle is only about listing. The other platform that we have, Supplier Bridge, is the one which would enable commerce. So
Mhm.
Greg's question about purchase, corporate partners purchase, can be enabled through Supplier Bridge. And they can leave a review on Supplier Bridge. So the next demo that I'm going to be showcasing is Supplier Bridge, which is exactly like Amazon. So Ali, if you allow me, I can jump into Supplier Bridge and showcase the tech functionalities there.
Yes, we're going to switch to Supplier Bridge. So the Supplier Circle, we're definitely going to be looking to a lot of our advocacy partners. You guys are familiar with local registries like the chambers. Folks are not identified as a certified vendor. We will definitely be pushing and soliciting the Supplier Circle. It's more widespread. Now, Supplier Bridge will be current certified members will be able to have access to soliciting their mainly products on this platform. So they'll get a little bit into how this platform works. So you guys can get into the Supplier Bridge.
Yeah. So thanks, Alia. This is the Supplier Bridge platform that Alia is talking about. So I'm showcasing the vendor MB or EMSDC certified vendor homepage. So here you can create your account and you can input information based on contact information, address book, account information. You will also get a view, because this is a dashboard view of the number of orders that are there. You can also look at the products you want to list on this particular platform. Currently, it's a demo area, so that's the reason it doesn't have that. You can also look at
Sorry
the
to interrupt, Jim. So this is a buyer view. Who's this?
buyer view.
Buyer
This is
view.
the buyer.
Okay.
So any agreements, any product reviews, all of that is visible here. So let me quickly showcase the homepage. So as a buyer, if on one side I would have all the corporates who would be there to purchase, this would be again socialized to all the corporates. And on the supplier side, we would categorize them based on different criteria. So one of them is the product categories that we have. On the left, I'm just showcasing the product categories which currently make sense. These are obviously changeable because this is just a template which we have. And at the bottom, we have the diversity type. Like Alia mentioned, this platform would only have suppliers which are EMSDC certified. So a certification is the prerequisite to be listed on this platform. At the top, we again have a universal bar where my cursor is, where any purchaser or buyer can search based on keywords. So say for example, I want a mouse. I'm just taking an example of a mouse. If I click on a mouse, it gives me a grid view of all the mouse which are listed here from a particular vendor. In this case, it's Logitech. If I click on any mouse, it would again showcase who is the diverse supplier here. Currently, it's diverse marketplace, but if there are multiple suppliers, it could be ABCD LLC, XYZ LLC, all of them would be listed here. And there you will have the list view of the product. You will also have the certification. So as a corporate, you're very well aware that this vendor is certified by EMSDC. The certification currently shows NMSDC, but it would again be updated to EMSDC. You can pick and choose the SKU that you want. You can also select the quantity that you want. And just like Amazon, sorry about this, you can click on add to cart. I'm showing the buyer view here. You click on
again,
proceed.
I'm sure this is exactly like Amazon. We modeled everything based on your typical Amazon journey.
The buyer just needs to input the information, the shipping address, the company name. Let me take an example of LSI.
So, okay, this is data entry. Let me say something while he's doing data entry.
Yeah.
It could be MB purchasing on this, sorry, supplier purchasing this platform. Not doesn't have to be a corporate. So this is really both platforms are meant for people to people, supplier to supplier, corporate to all that stuff. So both parties can basically consume or buy. This is also not meant for large corporations. Like we won't have Starbucks in our supplier circle. We won't have Bank of America. So only the large corporations will not be here because Starbucks is all corporate owned. Dunkin' Donuts will be there, for example, because there are many franchises. So we'll make sure it's a franchisee. So we're going to be very careful. Even Hilton might be there because franchisee. But Hilton corporate, you will not see an address presented here. That's the goal right now, unless Alia and Meg tells us otherwise.
No, that's definitely the goal. I do have another question here, and just I wanted to make sure that we didn't leave this question on the table. So, does Supplier Bridge have an open API? I like to connect Supplier Bridge with my order management system.
So short answer is yes. But again, the moment there's an API, you need to talk about, okay, this is my API. We need to connect, we need to test and all that stuff. So API will allow only to push data, will not allow you to pull. Or will make sure third party does not come into our platform. Okay, it's the entry, there has to be specific, Vaibhav, correct me if I'm wrong. We don't want people to come in and do something directly on a platform. Will allow you to push the data or pull the data. Vaibhav, am I saying it correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Greg, thank you for that question. If you want to speak offline more in depth, I do know that now y'all know I'm not the techiest person. That's why I got Meg on this call. We're looking to have this product that integrates with several things that we're already using. So anything that you're looking to kind of that you're already using and you have any questions about that, just ask because that's where we pretty much are right now. But once this platform gets populated, another feature that I want to let everyone know that we are looking to be able to track, the impact of the communities and everyone that we're looking to serve here. And we definitely want to be able to incentivize our vendors from engaging on here. So there are going to be a lot of other ways that we are looking to use this product, and then we're looking to get it populated so it'll be more useful to everyone. So I think we were going to get into it a little later, but if y'all have any questions, there is going to be a 30-day period where folks will be able to get on and try this out for free prior to a subscription cost. So definitely, if you have any questions, and I do see a next question that'll probably lead into this, how do we join Supplier Circle as a vendor? Thank you, Priya. We were definitely looking to get right into that, and I believe that Meg shared you the link. So this link is going to be sent out to a lot of our folks on our mailing list. We're going to be telling them about Supplier Circle, and how they could benefit and how to subscribe. So I just wanted to mention that, and let me check the chat and see. So yes, I'm so happy that you asked. This does include vendors in New Jersey and Delaware as well. Well, so our local vendors. So we wasn't in a perfect world, I would have threw everybody on here, let them have visibility, and let them decide to opt out. That's what we wanted to do. But because we're such a secure network, we want to give everybody the opportunity to opt in. They have to subscribe and they have to build their own profile and decide if this is a good place for them. So this is going to be offered to all of our vendors, and then all non-certified vendors as well through Supplier Circle. And then we're also talking to our neighboring councils, our advocacy partners. All of them is going to be a part of this outreach. So hopefully you guys will check back in a couple of weeks and you'll see many more vendors available on this site. Meg just also shared the link for Supplier Bridge. And just to let you guys know before I get off the call, we are having another info session. When is it, Meg? Next week? So if you want to come back, you have some questions, you want to invite some folks, please invite them to our next info session. If you know anyone that's going to be at the WeBank National Conference, and as far as our corporate partners that may want to learn and dig more into meet with Al and Brian one-on-one, please reach out. We'll be sending some invites out for that. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Okay, I'm sorry. You guys can get back to it.
No, no. How much time do you have, Meg and Aliyah? It's 10:35 local time.
Yeah, we have about 10 more minutes. I'm just answering the questions as they come in. Yes, June 6th is the next session. Thank you, Susan. And are you posting the info on LinkedIn? So that's a great question. These info sessions were posted on our social media. And, we're going to pretty much be pushing them and scheduling more info sessions as we go along. So thank you for that and for that question. So let me see what we have here as far as is there any other features that we want to look at while folks are seeing?
I would like to showcase the supplier side of it,
Okay.
primarily because there was a question on order management. So let me just share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
So as a supplier, this is the dashboard which one would see. So to the question of order management, we have an inbuilt order management system available. Right now, that functionality could be there of combining APIs from our order management system to yours. But like Al and Weber said, we do not want data to get breached here. So we'll keep it as is right now. This is where a supplier can get a holistic view of the number of orders that one has got. It's just a one snapshot view. And you can also slice and dice the data based on geographies. You can slice and dice the data based on products, categories, customers, all of that. So this is the dashboard view. In addition to that, as soon as you get an order, this particular place gets populated. So you get an order number, you get a details on what is the order type, what is the base total, purchase type, and who the customer is. all those details which would typically be showcased in an order management platform. In addition to that, you can add, delete, modify the product list that you want to showcase. If you want to change the content, if you want to change the description, all of that is possible from this side. In addition to that, you also have access to the customers who have purchased. So details about the customers in terms of their email addresses, contact details, addresses, and the total amount which has been purchased from any of the customers. Transactions, also you get a real-time view as and when there is a transaction. It is a statement view, how much of it has been collected by us through our payment gateway and how much of it has been transferred back to the supplier. And these are the kind of reviews on each of the products that are being listed by your side as a supplier on the platform. So you have a 4-point or 3-point rating system, which is on price, value, and quality. And again, it is being monitored to see if there are no fake reviews. So everything is moderated from our side to ensure that whatever reviews in these 3 parameters are there are absolutely correct. Then you have the membership details. So what kind of membership has been purchased by that supplier for this platform? In addition to that, the marketplace return and replace, which typically means how many products have been replaced or have been requested for a return. This is the mass upload functionality where as a supplier, I can just upload all the product based on a template that we have created, which is again very similar to how Amazon does it. So it would have details in terms of what the product type is, what the category is, how many SKUs do you have, what kind of color, description, etc., etc. All of that info is available here. You can also manage the expected delivery dates across regions. So if there is a mouse and if there is a printer, you can decide on what the rules are for the delivery and what kind of rules should be given to the supplier or to the delivery partner. And finally, it's the manage assigned product, wherein you can also have a list assigned based on the product that you. So this is what the functionality of the platform Supplier Bridge is, wherein we only aggregate certified diverse suppliers from EMSDs. Let me know if you have any questions.
And I think somebody asked, how do I onboard our products? So again, very simple. We'll give you an Excel for everything: product name, SKU number, current quantity, pictures, price, everything. One Excel. That's mass upload, correct. You give it to us once, click of a mouse, it goes on our platform. You want to change it, something, because your price change, you can go through this that Jim just showed. We want to make everything very easy, least number of clicks. We literally model everything based on Amazon. I love Amazon. Yeah. Number of clicks are least possible.
User friendly is the key here. So I do have 2 more questions. I don't know where I'm happy he's catching these questions because I don't even know where he saw those. But I have 2 over here that says, so for one, it says how much does this cost to join as a vendor, and I want to save that one because I think that we have a slide that they show that. But also, is an order notification pushed through to our email instead of having to log in every day? And I think this is a feature that we thought was important, those notifications. How can you answer that, Jim?
Absolutely. So in terms of notification, there are 2 parts to it. You can also log into your dashboard and see the notification, and there will be one notification to your email. So both of them are configured into the system. So
just like Amazon, you're not building. You're literally what you get an email, you can look at yourself.
Okay. And so we do have some costs allocated for members and non-members for both of the platforms. And if you are EMSDC member and you're looking to join both platforms, there is also is a way that we could make sure that you can take advantage of both. So if you guys, and I know we have like 3 more minutes, I'm just making sure we don't have any other questions or any other features, but if you wanted to show what the subscription fee is, you can see it on the link that we just sent in the chat. Um,
Alia, you're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. The fees are based on if you are certified, non-certified, or if you are a corporate member or non-member. So you'll be able to follow that link and to determine on what those how you answer those questions. They'll let you know the fee that would be assessed for a subscription. And I'm okay. And this is showing more about the uploads, but you could go ahead, Jem, if there's anything else you wanted to share.
That's about it from my side on the
Okay.
product side.
Um, and if you guys just wanted to do the link so that they could just get an idea how it looks when you actually click on one of these links to subscribe. Let me see. I think I have another question. Oh yeah. No. So I know you save if you join annually. That is what I do know. And it's month to month. If you choose month to month, it's a few dollars more. Just like most subscriptions. So feel free Priya to try the link and put your information and it'll tell you exactly what fee would be assessed. I think it was like $20 a month. But annually it was a little lower.
I think how much time do we have, Alia and Meg?
We have like 1 minute, but I don't
Okay.
think we're gonna cut off.
No. One important thing from buyer side. And as a buyer, I can buy my credit card, a P card, or a PO. Three things. To best of our knowledge, Amazon does not allow PO at this point. The standard, the Amazon Business, of course, which I have not used, may have a PO, but we allow as a standard procurement person, you can use a PO if you have a PO with that vendor.
Okay, thank you so much, Priya, Dennis. I'm sorry, and Greg for your questions. Let me see if I have any. I'm gonna send you this link directly to you, Priya. Meg did add them in the chat, but I just sent it to you on the chat as well. Um, Great, thank you. So, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Um, Aaliyah, I'm available, but Meg is available and probably the best person for you to reach out if you have any technical questions. If you got any questions, we love to connect with some more partners to make sure that they get this information. And we want to make sure that you guys jump on this now. Because once we start the outreach and it starts going to our other councils and it starts going to other organizations, we want to make sure that you guys are first in position here. So please take advantage of this new technology that we are launching. We're super excited and we've been working on this for a while for you guys. So if you have any questions on how we can make this product better, how you can utilize it for your team, what it looks like for you individually as a business owner, we'll be happy to talk to. We're having several conversations about this coming up. And we'll be looking forward to getting you guys on here. So please let me know if there's anything else we could do. Meg just put our email address here. We have the LSI team here. They're here and ready for any of your technical API integration questions. And so thank you again for joining. And please tell a friend and tell a friend to come to our next one because we're going to do these virtual. We have an in-person one out of town, but we want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of the 30 days. That's me. I threw that 30 days in there. I want everybody to know about it because this platform is more robust the more people we get on there. The more you can go into areas and see qualified vendors, local vendors. The more we could touch them and impact the community, the better. So please help us get the word out. Thank you for taking your time for meeting with us today. And I definitely look forward to connecting with all of you guys soon. You have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Please take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.